It's the time of year that students across the area get excited about the possibility of snow days. It's part of a superintendent's job to decide how weather impacts the school's schedule.
It is, quite frankly, the most difficult part of the job.
22 News spoke with West Springfield Public Schools Superintendent Michael Richard about these decisions.
So what is the main purpose of school delays, early dismissals, or complete cancellations?
Well, there's only one consideration, that's student safety. We always want to make sure that our students and our staff and families can get our stakeholders to and from school safely whenever there's inclement weather.
Decision making starts with a 4 a.m. conference call between the superintendent, mayor, head of DPW, among others, to discuss road conditions, preparation, and the forecast. Richard often consults with neighboring district superintendents, but makes his final decision based on what's in the best interest of his district. Decisions are made by 5:30 a.m. before staff start to make their way to school. There are 3 options available: complete cancellation, a late start, or an early dismissal.
Early dismissals are the most challenging decision to make, for sure, because families who are working are at work, and oftentimes that means sending youngsters home to empty homes. And so we really try not to have an early dismissal as much as possible, because that's the most disruptive.
West Springfield doesn't have a set number of snow days, but any snow day taken becomes a day added on at the end of the school year. There's no set criteria for a snow day.
Come the end of January and the beginning of February, people have seen the snow, now they're used to driving in it, and you can have 4 inches of snow and people are saying no big deal, whereas 6 weeks earlier with 2 inches of snow, the sky was falling. So it does change. But it's never about how many have we used and how many do we have available to us. It really is always still about student safety, but people's comfort levels definitely acclimate as the season progresses.
With pressure to avoid liability, Richard admits districts probably cancel school more now than decades ago. Head west out of the Pioneer Valley, higher up and into the hills, and you're in an area known as the Hill Towns, which are the eastern slopes of the Berkshires. And it's places like here that get more snow usually in the winter, and with that, more challenges that you don't necessarily deal with in the valley. That's where we meet Charles Chip Dazell, Highway Superintendent for the hill town of Huntington in far western Hampshire County. He runs a department of 3 full-time employees responsible for salting, sanding, and plowing 12 miles of dirt road and 21 miles of pavement.
There's days we'll get ice on the hill, nothing downtown, or ice downtown, nothing on the hill, or snow versus either way. So you got to ride both areas, pretty much the whole town, to get a look and then come up with the plan to whatever procedure we need to do: sand, salt, plow.
During a storm, Chip and his team will get up at 4 a.m. and clear the roads that are often steep and narrow. The roughly 2,000 people who live here seem appreciative of the work done by this small but hardworking department.
But all in all, the general public is good and doing things. We know they got to get somewhere, and they know we got to get things done. Try to work together. I don't think anybody likes storm, snow, ice.
Back in the Pioneer Valley at Westover Air Reserve Base in Chicopee, a team of 6 meteorologists have a narrow focus: forecasting and reporting weather conditions for the base. Part of that job is measuring snowfall for a number of reasons.
Public safety, so they know what the snow total is for the general area, resource protection, knowing how much snow we need to remove from the runway.
Meteorological technicians at Westover, like Robert Stacy, measure snowfall on these 2 boards every hour during a storm. One board gets cleared every 6 hours, while the other board gets cleared only after the storm is done. The average of 3 measurements ends up being the official snowfall report, and that information gets added to the record books. But that's not all.
Part of measuring snow is getting how much water is in liquid is in the snow. So we use our rain gauges to collect the snow as it falls. Right now the tube is in it. Normally for snow events we would take off the top and remove this the inner cylinder and just let the snow accumulate in the cylinder to give us a liquid content of the snow. And then that helps us get the snow ratio for when we're forecasting, so we know how much snow to forecast.
Plus, I know it's helpful knowing how wet or dry the snowpack is for potential flooding in the spring.
That and for cleanup purposes, if it snow's going to be affected by the wind, is it going to be blown around or is it going to sit and settle? Be really heavy, the heavy wet snow to shovel, and how hard it is to clean off the runways.
Yeah, most people don't think rain gauges when they think snow measurements, but in many ways the rain gauge is almost as important as figuring out how much snow fell.
Definitely.
The information gathered at Westover ends up being the official snowfall measurement for the Lower Pioneer Valley, and it serves as a way for the 2020 storm team to figure out how accurate our snowfall forecast was.